Hello and welcome to the biggest, trendiest and exciting entertainment news program. This is Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. I am Elsie Godwin, and here with me to break down and analyze these stories are Ife Oshunkeye and Ife Omai. Hey, Ife Squared.
What up?
How you guys doing?
Great, you?
I'm all right. I'm good. So, anything new? Did you get up to anything yesterday evening? No.
I mean, we couldn't. A lot of people were going out because, you know, today's public holiday, but some of us had work, so.
But I think we should talk about Mackenzie Bezos, though. The fact that she's given half of a $35 billion to charity. I think that is like, wow.
Can you need to update me on this story?
Okay, so you know about Bezos, yeah, the owner of Amazon.
The divorce?
The divorce case, and she got over $35 billion from the settlement of the divorce because she had over 25% shares in Amazon. So that resulted in $35 billion. She gave up her right to his newspaper company because she felt he could handle it better, which everybody commended her for back then. And right now, out of the $35 billion, she's given exactly half of $35 billion, which is how much?
Still a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's all that matters, right? And she's giving away to charity. And it's actually Warren Buffett's charity organization. For the life of me right now, I can't remember the name.
Do you know what it focuses on?
Yeah, it just focuses on less privileged people that don't have obviously.
I think they focus on giving grants to so many other smaller NGOs.
Yeah, NGOs, yeah. So they do a lot. They do a lot. So I can't really list out exactly what they do, but it belongs to Warren Buffett, and over 200,000 philanthropists has been listed on this. So it's a big deal right now, and she just joined. And Bezos, the owner of Amazon, was so sweet because he posted a tweet saying that she would make a great philanthropist, and he's very proud of her. And so it's like they still have a very cordial relationship even after their divorce.
But we don't have any gist about the alleged relationship between her husband or her ex-husband and the
No, we do. They started going out in public.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay, I guess we'll have to talk about that one as a full story. But then, let's move on to the biggest story this morning. Self-proclaimed serial entrepreneur and the latest king of baby daddies, Ubi Franklin, has said a man should never say everything he knows. Recall that the founder of Triple MJ record label was being dragged on social media for allegedly expecting a fourth child from Sandra Iheowa, a businesswoman. The lady in question came out few hours after the pregnancy allegation to label the record label owner an opportunist in a shocking post. Now, if I should
No. We have to
he's
start
your
with the
guy.
ladies. No, this is a baby mama issue.
It's not a baby mama issue.
No,
it's a deep quote.
Okay. So if it comes to deepness, yes, I'm the well. All right. So basically, I think that is just pointing out the obvious, like Tokumbo would say. I miss Tokumbo, funny enough. Who misses Tokumbo? I miss Tokumbo so much. So I think that's stating the obvious. A man shouldn't speak. I think that's just what proper wisdom means. Wisdom is when you do not say.
And in this context?
And in this context, it just means that the fact that these women are coming against him, whether they are stating the truth or they are not, Ubi has his own side of the story. You know, I stick to one policy. There are three sides to a story: my side, your side, and the truth. So these women may be stating the truth, Ubi may be stating the truth, and there may be a truth that we all do not know about. So if Ubi is not stating his own part, does it mean the other people are saints? But I'm not supporting Ubi, and like I said, it's choices at the end of the day. If a man decides to have 20 wives, there is nothing against the legal
But considering the fact that Ubi is usually the first person to come and respond to any clapback, him keeping quiet this time around is
dodgy. Should we use the first one? Dodgy?
I guess it just maybe he knows for a fact that I think twice is a mistake, 3 times, 4 times, that's now a character issue. And I like his second post when he said that people are very easy to judge my own demon while they can't fight for theirs. So that's even admitting, first of all, that you do have an issue. But at the same time, you know, pluck out the log in your eye before you
pull out the peg.
Pull out the speck. So it's not. I don't think he's as like innocent and he's just like a victim. I don't think that's what is going on here. I think he's just saying, guys, you know, show mercy or whatever, or let me deal with my own issue in peace. Well, at least that's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's not like everybody's innocent at the end of the day. All those women calling him out also have their own side. They have their own negative attributes that he could as well just grant interviews like he did with Inyanya. But he's not doing that at the moment because I think that's what makes a man wise, especially when you're able to deal with your relationship issues and not making it public. One of the men I really admire, even though he came on the show and he was a bit dodgy in the first word, is Patrick Doyle, saying he doesn't speak about his family or relationship issues in public. And I respect that because that is your privacy, what's it called? That's your privacy principle. That's what you want. So if you don't want your public life out there, Ubi has his public life everywhere. We all know about Ubi. But in this case, it's saying that, man, a man doesn't need to say everything. He knows. So in that context, I think that's just wisdom. But if it comes out tomorrow to come and spill tea everywhere, I will not be surprised.
Well, I wish he kept the same vibe he kept when the third child was announced. But anyway, up next, Jenelle Evans and David Eason have temporarily lost custody of their 3 kids. This is coming after her husband, David Eason, allegedly shot and killed Jenelle's dog. Jenelle's mother, Barbara Evans, currently has custody of her 2 children from previous relationship, while David's mother has custody of the 2-year-old daughter Jenelle shares with David. The judge made the ruling after they determined that there were issues with Jenelle and David that put the children at risk. Okay, I think this one is quite interesting because the lady herself has 3 children now, but from different men, but at least she's married to the last one. Hopefully they don't divorce because it's looking like there's problem there.
It's interesting how everybody keeps saying alleged. I'm beginning to get confused by this word because when I followed the story from beginning, I used to watch, ages ago, Teen Moms ages ago, so I remember the characters and stuff, and I remember when she came out to say, rest in peace. So the dog is dead officially. Okay. Rest in peace. I'm so sad. I'm so whatever, like remorse about her dog. And it was only a couple of minutes afterwards. Because I've been following the story where the husband actually uploaded the video of the dog biting the baby's. It wasn't a bite. It was like a nibble, but nibbling on the baby's face. And then in his caption, he's admitting that he's not sorry about his action. That, you know, anything that would jeopardize the safety of my children, I will do what it takes. And this dog has done it before.
So that was saying he
shot I don't understand the allegedly term that you're using, because this guy is saying it, that I've killed the dog and I had good reasons to do so. So now that you've killed the dog and people are and the law is responding a lot more different and taking your action a lot more severe, I don't know why people are saying alleged, because it's what it is. And then now they're saying that between the both of them, there's actually enough conflict or violence that can affect the children. So each family, each child from wherever they're from is going back to their... it's going back to their thingy. So I think for I don't like the idea of ever separating a child from the mother. But if you have a man like that, I mean, I respect the idea that you want to protect your kids, but no one should be making any action that isn't rational. You know, I saw the video. It was a nibble. It's not like this dog, what's the word? It's not that the dog ate her face.
Now that you're saying it, I'm trying to picture the scene. So the dog did that and then he just went
He grabbed the dog, took the dog to the forest and shot the dog in the head.
Oh, wow.
Haba.
Okay. Ife Sugar.
I don't even know where to start from to start with, because Ife pretty much has covered most grounds, but with a lot of judgment at the same time. You never know the extent a man will go for his family. Like you said, you were the same person who said this is not the first time the dog has tried to attack the children, right? If this dog is actually a wild dog and endangers
but it's not.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, if they are alleging that this is not the first time, we do not know the facts. But this is not the first time. And you call it a nibble. The next time may not be a nibble. I'm not justifying his action by shooting the dog. He could have called animal services to come get the dog
away.
He could have given it back to wherever. He could have done
but I don't think Jenelle would be in support of that. Maybe that was why he had to.
No. I'm not even talking about. I'm not even talking about the support and all of that. But okay, possibly that could also be the reason. He knows that obviously this is a dog, so she owns the right to. No, I'm not saying he must. No, please don't.
That's animalistic.
No. Don't make me sound like that, because that is not what I am saying. I am just saying you do not know the extent a man would go for his family. And I made it clear that I'm not justifying.
Well, in this case, we know the extent. He killed the dog.
Yeah, he killed the dog, but I'm saying considering it being a human.
The dog could actually pose a threat
to the family.
To the baby.
Maybe it's because I have a dog personally. And I've seen that, like, the way animals behave, they don't viciously attack their owners. The dog was playing. And then, so I would say that put your kids away until they're older. I mean, this dog has been with this girl since the first 2 kids, right? So if at all he's having that, put the kids away. You can have a room where the dog doesn't come in or whatever. Any behavior, whatever you want to call it, whatever your reason is, that's drastic enough to take to be killing.
So are you in support of the judgment?
Like I said, I don't like separating the kids from the mother, but they're saying that there's more to it. And it doesn't come as a surprise. The kind of man that would be quick to pull out a gun and take the dog's life. Of course, we'll have other
anger issues.
Exactly. So there's obviously something, and all the witnesses from the family are not in support of him being in custody of the children. So this is not just a judgment thing. Safety of the kids come first. So if he has an anger issue, he needs to.
One last word before.
I was just going to say that the safety of the kids is what is key in this case. Now, either he's the one posing the threat, or it's the dog. Someone has to go. Do you understand? So there's a threat regardless. So let's just leave it at that.
Okay, it's time for a break, but when we return, we'll be bringing you the latest news on our friend in EFCC custody, Naira Marley. We'll be right back.
You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Akbofiufobo, Akborubomemere.
I think my father is a comedian, because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you have a younger brother.
Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere. It feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time, and it's time for our next story. I have 2 wives and 4 children. They are all British citizens staying in the United Kingdom, says Aziz Fashola, popularly known as Naira Marley. He said he is not a criminal and has no idea what the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission found on his laptop. Naira Marley, who claims to be 28 years old, said apart from storing his songs and music videos, he has never done anything illegal with his laptop. The artist said this in his statements on oath, which he made while in EFCC custody. He maintains he did not own a laptop, but was given one to use temporarily to upload videos on YouTube. Okay, this is still interesting that he's maintaining that the laptop is not his. And
No, please. Sorry to cut in right there. I don't know if anyone zoomed in on the dates.
Okay.
This guy was arraigned in court on the 20th of May. This statement was made on the 10th of May. 10 days after. So it was made the day he was arrested. Do you understand? So all of this would have been a lot more appreciated if it came out as soon as Naira Marley was being charged. Not now, not making it look like Naira Marley just released the statement.
Right,
now, maybe this would have...
got hold of the statement.
No, I'm just saying that, no, why didn't EFCC release this statement? I'm not saying it's necessary, but I'm just saying that if you eventually have to release his official statement, why didn't you do so earlier? This may have generated a lot of more sympathy from the judge, from the jury, from the general public.
I'm sure the jury have access to this.
This is just for public.
This is just for public consumption.
Okay, well, maybe more support from the public. Maybe a lot of people would have understood a lot better, because I understand what it means to be in need of a laptop, especially when you're in the music industry and you need access to YouTube.
But do you think Naira Marley cannot afford it?
No, he's not saying he cannot. He never said. He said he was using his iPhone X for everything. And iPhone X will buy 2 laptops.
Let's calm down.
Yes, now.
It depends on the laptop.
Depending on the laptop, yes. But an iPhone X will buy 2 laptops.
Yeah, say depending on the laptop.
Depending on the laptop. A normal mini laptop that you need to upload videos on YouTube, an iPhone X will do that. An iPhone X is the smaller device which you need to carry around. Now, they did not find any of those things on that is iPhone X that he claims that he's using, and then you're telling us about a laptop and then the way he went about all of this, he gave you details of the owner of the laptop, what the owner does. So I think this is somebody that was transparent in his statement.
So you think they should look for or trace the owner of this laptop and direct the question
if they're not
to the right
doing
person?
that already, then I think they should be doing that.
I would have believed the story if he wasn't so loud about fraud to begin with. You can't separate the two. How is it that I'm so oblivious about the laptop that so happened to have fraud, while at the same time I am a vocal supporter of the crime, singing songs about it, saying that it's not a crime and that you should pray for these people and all of that stuff. So for me, I'm not saying that his story isn't true, but I'm saying that I can't remove the connection with the fact that he has been a vocal person about supporting fraud. If this was a random person, hasn't made any comments, and this was a statement, it would be a lot more believable for me. One. Two is that I don't think, like you said, I don't think Naira Marley can be saying that on your laptop. You don't. First of all, you don't know who you're borrowing the laptop from, and you can't see.
He lives in the UK, you know that, right?
Oh, the laptop was borrowed from the UK.
Yes.
Okay. We'll probably come back to this on afternoon tea, but let's move on to our next and final story, which is on Chris Attoh, who is now suspect in the wife Bettie Jenifer's murder, according to the U.S. police. The investigators are taking into account a tweet from Chris Attoh hours before Bettie was shot dead. Attoh had tweeted, "When it comes to relationship, remaining faithful is never an option but a priority. Loyalty is ever ... The police spokesman says that they have been in the process of investigating all of the social media posts. He adds that Mr. Attoh has been cooperating with the investigators. Okay, I think this one is placing him in a very bad situation, and I feel like deactivating all my social media accounts right now, but I can't do that. But having to bring social media into the mix of the investigation is opening some deeper level of, should I call it worms? I don't know, but I hope he comes out of this one fair.
If he says that loyalty is not an option, it's a priority, first of all, that grammar is wrong, because even priority is still an option. But I don't see anything threatening in that statement. If he said loyalty is an option, if do or die or something like that, maybe I'll be a lot more. But he was just insinuating the idea. But I guess that is enough to, question him. Investigate. I don't see any big deal with the tweet. But
okay, Ife.
Well, like I've always advocated for whatever you say on social media counts, and this is a classic example of that. That anything you say, I'm beginning to sound like a cop right now. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. So I think it's okay for them to. I wouldn't say there's anything threatening with the tweet at all. I did not find any threat involved. It could have been a coincidence. It could have been the way it was feeling at the moment, and he tweeted that.
Which is
okay,
why
I'm
they are holding
that a picture of the suspect has been released.
Yeah. A picture came out, and it didn't look anything like Chris.
So because you pulled the trigger, because you didn't pull the trigger, doesn't mean you don't have anything to do.
Yeah, I get. And they said this happened, like, at least there were 10 witnesses that witnessed the shooting, and it was done about 5 p.m.
I mean, I'm sure that they brought him in because he also has motive. You know, you might not have. He has motive because the lady was married to somebody else without him knowing.
A rich guy, for that matter, a drug lord.
I mean, I can imagine.
I'm beginning to picture CSI in my head right now. Like, I don't want to do this.
He should definitely be a suspect, but I'm glad that he's cooperating with the law. For her sake, even the person who's behind this needs to be found.
Okay, let's hope we find this person real quick, and that's exactly where we wrap up on this episode. Remember, you can always join the conversation by using the hashtag #TeaTime on social media or tweet at us at +TV Africa. Until then, big thank yous as always goes to my co-anchors Ife Omai and Ife Oshunkeye. The entire production team, I am Elsie Godwin saying thanks for watching. Do have yourself a good morning.